for CMB. What a battle as it's kicked off. It will be young Tony with the ball first. Bo Jackson will take this one out to the 25-yard line. Let's get to know young Tony. 19 years old from Plymouth, North Carolina. A little over $23,000 earned. Took 9th in the Madden 20 Club Championship last year. What a run he had. And, you know, for somebody who is so young, he feels like a veteran of the game. He's played in so many high-pressure tournaments, and he had himself quite the battle in that Chiefs Club final. Took on Yardy. This one had technical difficulties. It had a little bit of everything, TD, but Tony able to overcome it all and get the win.
Yeah, it feels like this game took about 3 hours to complete, but Tony fought through the adversity like he has his whole life. A remarkable story, and he's one of the best in the world. As you saw it, he sealed it with that pick. He's great on offense, but his defense is also exceptional.
Take a look at his and watch. Somebody we've seen plenty of times out here in these two games. Rich Gannon, conductor and gunslinger.
Listen, if you want to watch offensive football, watch Tony, and you're going to see that Rich Gannon with conductor, gunslinger, hot route master. He can do it all for Tony's high-powered offense.
On the flip side, Turbojeff. He's been here before. The 3-time Broncos Club champion, Jeffrey Tarun, 25 years old, from what I believe is next door to Tyler Davis in Lynn, Massachusetts. 21,000 and change. He had a nice finish in the Madden 20 Club Championship. You know, for Turbojeff, that Broncos Club final, a rematch from last year. It was Jeff taking on Noonan. You know, Noonan wanted revenge, but it was just too much offense from Turbojeff. He'll kill you with 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, he can do it all. He's really balanced. Plays a little boring, like I said, and he had that rematch versus Noonan. And once again, Turbojeff was the Broncos Club champion. He did it in dominant fashion.
Is MUT item to watch. Somebody we've seen a lot out on the field, maybe not used a ton, but Alvin Kamara is a really versatile player out there.
Well, we see how he is in the NFL, probably the best receiving back, and I think Turbojeff's going to use him the same way. Might run the ball with him a little bit, but I think out of the backfield, with that backfield master on some table routes and angle routes, is going to be key to his success.
Oh, you just angered every Christian McCaffrey fan out there. Think Alvin Kamara's the best receiving back, not C-Mac?
I got to go Kamara. I think it's close, though. I'm going Kamara. But I will say, without Drew Brees there next year, we'll see if it's the same type of story.
Is famous Jameis going to be the Saints quarterback? That's my question.
Or is Taysom Hill going to be the quarterback?
They just go straight college offense? Let's bring back the wishbone. Can we just can we run the Navy or the Georgia Tech triple option? Can we bring that back out?
I'd like to see Jameis get his shot though with Sean Payton for sure.
You do wonder what that would look like. Sean Payton dialing up, you know, Jameis Winston throwing 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions a game. It'd be really fun to watch. Rich Gannon at quarterback for young Tony. He will have the ball first, tries to throw, but Turbojeff bringing that defense, getting to the quarterback.
And you see Tony's going to be in that Detroit Lions offensive playbook, has one of the best gun bunches in the game. And then Turbojeff on the flip side going to be in the Baltimore Ravens defensive playbook. And Nick, you kind of alluded to a little bit, but it's hard for me to not root. Listen, I'm big fans of both these guys, and I'm always going to root for Tony. That's my guy. But Turbojeff, he lives in my city. How could I not root for that guy either?
Both of you love to park your car. You guys are Boston boys. You two and RG can all just hang out together.
Oh, big shout out to RG too, by the way. I know his family's going through it right now. We love RG, man. And I know if he's not watching right now, he's going to go back and watch this. We love you, RG. We're thinking of you.
Hashtag we love RG. The competitive community manager. And for RG, 84, Randy Moss, the former Patriot, to the end zone.
Bombs away, young Tony with the cover 3 bomb over the top to the slot, and that's what you get from young Tony. Absolute fireworks to start this thing off.
I thought you were about to spit some bars. Over the top to the slot, dropping bombs, goes the Tony Ma. Let's go, 7-0. Young Tony, what a way to kick things off. A little offensive firepower out of that gun bunch. Let's take a look at that Snickers touchdown replay. TD, what did young Tony see here?
It's that clear out play with the slot receiver on that stock fade route. He had a corner route motioned out, opens up the defense. Cover 3 can't handle it. Boom. What a play design. And you heard Turbojeff say, I don't know what playbook he's in. And I think that's interesting because most people have been running Carolina for their bunch. And now people are starting to shift. And Tony shifted to this Detroit Lions offense playbook, which has that clear out play, which I talked about earlier. The slot receiver on that stock fade. And boom, just destroyed the zone defense.
Now we can see young Tony's defense comes out here. And listen, he's known as a great offensive player, no doubt. But Tony, defensively, especially against Yardy, was able to lock down, made some big defensive plays. Is he going to have that sort of success against Turbojeff, who is going to really work methodically down the field?
He is, and you see Tony starting out in that nickel double A-gap formation, one of the best defensive formations in the game. You can send heat from it. You can also disguise heat and play some coverage. And then Turbojeff here in the Las Vegas Raiders offensive playbook. We saw Prodigy play earlier. He's going to be similar to Prodigy in the way they play offense.
2nd and 10, trips tight end. Allen at the helm. He'll throw this one away. So once again, back-to-back games, we're seeing Josh Allen being used over some of the other gunslingers.
And he missed a touchdown. His slot receiver was on a corner route. It was man-to-man, and he destroyed the man-to-man coverage, and Jeff just missed him. If he would have just lobbed it over the top to him, I think he might have had a touchdown. It was cover 0. It could have been a big play.
3rd and 10. And good defense from Tony. It's going to be 4th down and 10. And we'll see if Jeff punts this one away. But on the first drive, again, it's those first drive nerves. You know you're playing for a lot of money. And there's got to be a lot of nerves because of the anticipation for this game, TD. These guys have been waiting to play this game again for months. Turbojeff's bringing the offense back out on the field.
He's going to go for it, going aggressive. Usually not Jeff's style.
Pressure, and it got there and forced an incomplete pass. Oh, young Tony dialed up the heat, and it worked. Turbojeff 4 and out.
What a start for young Tony Callaway. He throws an absolute bomb over the top and then comes right back. Jeff goes 0 for 3 passing, and Tony already back in business inside the 25-yard line.
He'll go to that power O out of shotgun, and there is that man. Marcel Reese taking the carry. The former Washington Husky picks up 8.
That Marcel Reese is such a weapon. I mean, he can line him up anywhere. You see Tony's got him at running back. 2nd and 2 now. Great first play call. He's going to go back to the ground game.
All right, at the top of the eye, Reese at the fullback position. It will be Alvin Kamara to the 10-yard line. Boy, what a year he had this year. I know he's going to miss Drew Brees, and I think all of NFL fans, you know, seeing Drew Brees' last game, I think everybody, he was, you know, I remember watching him in college at Purdue and seeing the sort of career he has. He's certainly going to be missed in the NFL community, one of the stalwarts of the game.
No doubt about it. Drew Brees, top 10 all-time, arguably top 5. We also saw Phillip Rivers retire. It's really turning into, you know, passing of the guard into these young, mobile quarterbacks.
You think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, all said and done?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I was thinking about that the other day when he retired. I don't know. You know, I want to know what the chat thinks, honestly. Do you guys think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, yes or no?
Bo Jackson outside. Bo Jackson inside the end zone from 9 yards out. I feel like we blinked and there's already 13 points on the board. Tony right now in control.
Tony is dominating right now. Offense, defense, back to offense. He can do it all. First drive, easily passing the ball. Now he comes back, couple runs, and man, it's already a big struggle here for Jeff. He's got to bounce back.
TD, you know, all of his EMB partners, brothers, guys who've got to prep for this tournament, you know they're all sitting at home and they are pumped for their man who's kicking off this club championship semifinal with a 14-0 lead and looking good on both sides of the ball.
No doubt about it. I'd be surprised if Joke didn't already send out a tweet. He's probably out there rooting on his guy. Same with Evil O, who we'll see in this tournament. all those EMB brothers always supporting each other.
Kamara with the carry for Turbojeff. So, a little bit of a shell shock here for Jeff, but there's a lot of time left on the clock. You got to think that getting points here will be huge just to settle him down.
Yeah, this is a big drive for him. To get that confidence back, you got those nerves out of the way. You had that first drive that didn't go well. You got to get some points, though. Your defense hasn't looked great, so you got to get some points to try to keep this thing in reach and stay alive.
Big shout out, by the way, to everybody watching on Twitch, YouTube, and all the watch parties around the Madden community. As there's a T.Y. Hilton big play to the 41-yard line. One of my favorite parts in the club championship with all these majors is these guys coming together in these big player streams and hanging out and talking competitive Madden TD. It's really one of the best communities out there.
Oh, no doubt about it. So cool. That's why the Madden community is like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? Anytime you guys, they can come together. We can get NFL guys involved, as you see Tony bringing the heat right there. And Turbojeff 1 for 5 to start this game. Just not the ideal start that Jeff had imagined going into this thing.
Second down to 10. Jeff on the other side of midfield. Josh Allen back to pass. And that's going to be picked off. Hit as he throws. It's picked off. Sean Taylor with the pick. Boy, not the way you want to start the game. And if you're a Bills fan who you know you're going to see Josh Allen take on the Chiefs this upcoming weekend, you really hope it doesn't go anything like this game has gone so far.
Yeah, Tony is doing it all. And you see Sean Taylor, the legend, the one of the best MUT players year in and year out. And, man, this is domination by young Tony. I mean, the fat lady might sing sooner than we thought. You know, coming to Final 32, you don't think you'd see a lot of blowouts. Most of them are close, but Tony's saying otherwise right here.
Tony's showing why he is someone to watch this week, as there's that zig route over the middle. Sanders makes the catch to the 23-yard line. TD, it's tough watching Tony play because he just makes it look so easy. Like, it's so effortless for him.
It's incredible to watch. So good, too. His stick skills, the way he moves the control. He's got one of the best users I've ever seen, too. I said it before, you know, I used to play a lot of games against Tony, and I don't think I've ever beaten him. He's always just blowing me out, destroying me. When he came on the scene, I'm like, who is this kid? As you see another one.
He couldn't hang on to it too many times. You've seen Randy Moss over the top. That could have been a big play.
Yeah, he's just trying to go deep. As you see, Randy Moss in the slot on that stock fade route like I talked about. Just putting on a clinic here. Almost had another one.
Let's bring in the man. User, you've been watching this game. Tony, it seems like he is able to move the ball at will. What is Jeff doing defensively? That's just not working. All right, throw the bells.
I mean, you know, yeah. Listen, I think the biggest thing right here, that's a dot right there by Tony. But I think the biggest thing is Jeff. Turbojeff, his offense, to be honest, the defense that little Tony is running, the man versus trips tight end, that is a terrible defense to be running. I think Jeff has a lot of nerves. Like TD pointed out, when he ran the corner was open. The tight end could be getting open, but at the end of the day, I think it's a lot of nerves for Jeff. If Jeff is somehow able to settle down and run his offense, he can get himself back in this game. But I just honestly think it's nerves when it comes to him moving the ball offensively. And Tony seems so comfortable back there right now. He's already got his stop, went down, opening drive, scored. If he's able to get 7 right here and manage this clock, well, it might be all she wrote for Turbojeff, regardless if he gets over the nerves and get his offense going.
And user, you picked Turbojeff. I picked, and I lost in the earlier game, so you had me up. But we might be tied with our picks after this game.
Listen here, Tank Top Twin. I did not come in here for you to sit here and tell me who you picked. Okay? I did not come in here for that. Okay? Yes. If Tony wins right now, you are up. Okay? But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, that's a nice dot. Tony looking good right here. Get me out of here. Will, get me out of here.
Yeah. Listen, here's all I'm going to say. Listen, we're Tank Top Twins, Tyler Davis, but I'm going to need you to leave my client alone, okay? I have to defend him. It's my guy. He's been slandered in pre-production meetings. I got to make sure his confidence stays high because he has been on the right side of history so far.
Hey, look, we just want the guy to show up on time. That's really all we want.
He's been on time, okay? I will not hear this slander on TV. 1st and 10 The dots, this is looking like a polka dot sweater, the number of dots there are out there.
This is just too easy right now. I mean, this has turned into a flood. Primetime Deion Sanders, he's doing playmakers, he's running whip routes, he's throwing bombs to Randy Moss, he's audibling down, running the ball. This is a clinic.
There's Kamara for a first down. By the way, if you've never met Tony, Tony, I feel you. I'm sweating so bad in here with all these lights on me. But if you've never met Tony in person, first of all, one of the nicest guys in the community. Second of all, his shoe game will make you feel completely inadequate.
Oh, if you had to tell me who has the most swag in the Madden community, 100 times out of 100, I'm giving you Tony as the #1 choice. You should see this guy's clothes, his shoes, he's got jewelry. I mean, he's always coming with these necklaces. I'm like,
TD,
Tony,
let's
man,
be clear. This is a guy who hangs out with Joke, and you know how much swag Joke has, and he overshadows Joke in the EMB swag category.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Sorry, Joke.
Tony's the swag champ. He's the swag champ.
Nice throw right side. Randy Moss to the 18-yard line. This is beginning to look like a raging river with no dam. The way his offense is flowing, 14-0. Is there, man, and you got to feel like, TD, especially after having this layoff, a game like this where everything goes right, you got to feel like that boosts your confidence going into the next couple of games if you're able to wrap this one up.
Yeah, without a doubt. The thing about Tony, though, is he's always confident. And you know, he might not do it on screen, but he'll talk some trash to you, especially in messaging and stuff. Tony's supremely confident in everything he does. But, yeah, anytime, I mean, especially, look, you know, we're kind of saying this is domination, but Turbojeff is a great player. To win a club 3 years in a row, and so if Tony does go on, there's plenty of time still left, but if Tony goes on to get this big win, it does a lot for his momentum and his confidence going forward.
That's all I'm saying. I've been in some Discord chats, FAF chat with Tony. Yeah, he'll talk some mad trash. He's ruthless.
Exactly.
Other thing that Tony has done here with this drive, look at how much clock he's able to use. He might be able to get near the 2-minute warning or maybe below it. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. We talked about how balanced Jeff is. Tony's bringing a little bit of everything. He's running the ball. He's passing the ball. Now it's 2nd and goal. Bo Jackson, top of the eye. RPO, it's Bo. Runs it inside, lowers the shoulder, and like user throwing bows to get on the broadcast. Out my way. Bo to the house.
Just too easy. I mean, that right side was wide open. A huge gash, and Bo Jackson just falls forward in the end zone, and it's going to be 21-0.
Ty, not how I saw this game go.
Agreed. You know, remember in the intro, the pre-show, I said when user stole my pick, by the way.
Oh yeah, whatever you say.
I gotta stop slandering user.
Whatever you say.
I gotta stop slandering user.
All we're learning is Ty's
user.
got worse picks than users. Let's take a look at this replay. It's just Bo Jackson, lower the shoulder, get out my way. That's all we're losing. I'm gonna defend my client, Tyler Davis. You've been wrong a couple times. You picked a bad game to watch. It's okay. Just admit it.
You didn't even let me get my point out. I was saying user stole my pick about the Prodigy Ice being the best game. But anyway, so you're right, though. I thought this was going to be the 2nd best game, and it's the complete opposite. So
still a lot of time left, especially if Jeff can get a touchdown here.
I got to stop slandering user, too. That's my guy. I love user. But,
I'm good at defending. Ty, we've worked together a lot. As Katie
says.
But he's paying me a firm retainer.
As Katie says, it's all just
hey, user, I'm going to need that
fun.
retainer. I'm going to need PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I'm good with whatever. 21-0, 2-minute warning. What can Jeff do to get back in this game? What does he need to do offensively?
He's got to get a first down. I mean, he's got to get a completion. He's got to do something. He had that one completion on the last drive, but he's got to obviously you got to get points here to stay alive, but just to get something going. I mean, it's looked ugly on offense. He might have had B again right there on that post. You got to take that chance. I mean, he's 1 for 7. It looked like that slot post had a couple steps. Maybe lob that thing up and take a chance here.
Well, and listen, Tini, you're the professional player in the script. So let me ask you this: when you see a defensive front like Tony is bringing, where all those guys down on the line showing blitz, as once again there's another sack. How hard is it to diagnose whether Tony is bringing the heat, whether he's dropping back in coverage? That's got to be the challenge, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. The one thing that I'm kind of wondering, though, I don't know if Turbojeff has played the game a lot recently. He hasn't gotten a lot of reps. I'm not too sure because this double A gap has been around for a while now, but he just has no answer for it. I know it's a difficult defense to beat, and I know Tony's phenomenal, but it just seems like remember the first play he was surprised that Tony was running this offense. So it seems like a lack of reps, maybe. I don't know, but that defense is very difficult to beat.
Well, 21-0. Tony is back on offense with 1:22 to go in the half. Rich Gannon, right side, and there's Alvin Kamara to the 48-yard line. Deep side, another 12-yard pass. Ho-hum. Tony's offense is rolling.
Just a laser show. And, I mean, going back to the pre-show again, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I did say Tony was on belt watch here. He was my pick, and if he keeps playing like this, man, he's going to be very difficult to beat.
I guess I'm going to have to start finding some fun facts for some of these players. Okay, ready? Rich Gannon at the University of Delaware was not a quarterback his freshman year. Rich Gannon was a punter. Became a quarterback his sophomore year. There you go. There's your fun fact today. Left side. Yep, there's Michael Finley. He was always a tight end. He was really good at tight end.
Did you just Google that? Like, how does that even come up real quick? Like,
I've got a list.
I think you have some like secret website that gives you the fun facts. You just type in the player's name or something. I don't know.
Everybody, it's Bing.com. You're welcome. Who knew? Fun facts everywhere. 33
you should just
seconds.
say you're a genius and you don't even look these things up.
I don't even look. I know Rich Gannon personally, sir. He's my dad. Hand off to Kamara up the middle. Picks up another 8 yards. Ho-hum. Timeout taken. 23 seconds left.
Yeah, and if you're Tony here, 23 seconds. You're just trying to, honestly, if you're Tony, you don't even score a touchdown. You're just trying to get this second quarter out of the way and kick your field goal. Because if you go up 24-0, that's good. But if he does have a free touchdown, though, I'm sure he'll take it.
Bo Jackson to the 1, 10 seconds and counting. 8 seconds. And Bo Jackson's into the end zone. I hope he just got that life jacket, some floaties. It's all bad if you're a Turbojeff fan. And Young putting a flood on him.
Absolute flood. Users got to get the floaties out. We got to get the rain jackets. I mean, this is just, it's brutal. And you feel for Jeff. Anytime you come out here and you don't play the game you want to play and you're going to be down 28-0 at halftime, that hurts. And it's just, it really just is an impressive performance from young Tony.
Jeff will have one play here to close out the first half. One thing I love about Jeff is you look, his body language doesn't change. He still feels like he's got a chance here. He's only a couple plays away, a fluky turnover, things like that, to getting right back in it. Jeff will take a timeout, 2 seconds left. We'll run one more play.
He's just trying to break something here. Maybe make some moves.
We'll go to halftime. Madden 21 might have to change his name to Tony 21 because he's absolutely owning it right now. 28-0. All young Tony right now. As Bass will kick this one away. It will be Jeff getting the ball to start the second half. As he'll take a knee in the end zone, and we'll go to halftime. It's 28-0. All young Tony. Offense working, defense working, special teams working, and we'll see if he can close this one out. It's halftime, so it's time to check in with Katie Emmer, who is live from, I think, a one of those Brookstone stores inside the mall. I think she's sitting in a massage chair right now.
Wow, I travel so quick after each of these games, hey? Thanks, Nick. I wish I was there as well. Well, if you joined us late, lots of great action so far in the AFC East. Bills-Jets, second quarter, don't care about ice, takes the 14-7 lead on the arm of Rich Gannon. He advances to the AFC East Division Final with a 17-10 win. Who will he face? Well, that would be the man right there. Noah up next. with the 73-yard dot. Goes on to beat Dat Boy 27, so it's Ice and Noah facing off in the AFC East final. That will be coming up later today after our next game here between Pavin and Elite. So lots to look forward to, guys. Nick and TD, I mean, better said, the Tank Top twins. Back to you for some more good, clean fun.
See, the worst part about that nickname is if you guys didn't watch the club shows, they have no idea what we're talking about. That's the worst part. And then people are just like, are they just wearing tank tops? Do they shop for them? Do they make them? Is that what's going on?
I can't believe we actually got stuck with that nickname. Like, I just thought it was going to be a joke, one-day thing, and here we are. We went from Side Set Boys to the Tank Top Twins.
I'd like to point out my freshman year of college. All right, ready? For those who never played old LAN Xbox. My freshman year of college, we played Halo 3. And in Halo 3, if you didn't have an Xbox Live account, you used to be able to play on LAN, and they'd give you a nickname. You could get a generated nickname. And my generated nickname was GOAT. And I went, ha ha, wouldn't that be funny if that stuck? And my two best friends in the world still call me GOAT 12 years later. So that's pretty fun.
That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just tell people it means greatest of all time. They all go, no, seriously, why are you lying to me? And I go, that's fair.
Were you a big Halo guy? Did you have the original Xbox, by the way, or were you
No.
a PlayStation 2?
No, neither. I didn't get a game system until I was a senior in high school.
Oh, wow.
It was, by the way, a Nintendo GameCube. So, where are my GameCube fans out there? Madden 07, baby.
Let's see in the chat. Original Xbox, PlayStation 2, or GameCube?
I don't think the GameCube's getting a lot of votes out there. 3rd and 3. Jeff is stopped. 4th down. Needs 2 yards.
This is probably the ball game right here.
Oh, now
Doesn't
this
convert
is now the ball game.
Yeah. Officially.
Allen in the gun. Trips to the left side. He'll drop back to pass. And he's got T.Y. Hilton. He'll pick up the first down.
Game's not over. Still alive. There we go. Good route combo, too, by the way. He had the in route. He had the post behind it. Stressed the user. And Tony bit on the post, and he threw underneath for the in route.
Seems like Tony's gotten out of that double A gap defense. 1st and 10 for Allen. In trouble. Oh, he just gets rid of that one. How about Turbojeff? He's one of 2 competitors with a shutout victory in a club final. That 21-0 win over Noonan, who I know is not happy we're bringing up that loss again. I saw Noonan tweet out he's sick and tired of seeing himself brought up on every broadcast. I'm sorry, Noonan. It's not my call. I'll pass it up the line, but. How about after that dominant win in the Broncos Club final? What is happening to him here against young Tony?
Yeah, it's crazy. He looked dominant in that Broncos Club final. And now Tony looks dominant, so, not much to say about it. It's just, and to your point earlier, though, Tony did switch out of the double A gap. Now I think he just wants to play a bend but don't break. He's just trying to get this clock moving. You see a lot of coverage defense from him right now.
How much, from this game, just because of, and I do think, TD, this is Tony playing well. This is not Jeff playing poorly. It's Tony just playing out of it. How much for Pavin and Elite are you keeping an eye on this game? How much are you focused on the next matchup and not worrying about what this game ends up being?
No, they're focused on their first matchup. Both those guys have their hands full. Both those guys are phenomenal Madden players. So I think they're watching this maybe, but I think they're really probably in practice mode still or getting ready for that game. They're not too focused on this. And both of them know how good Jeff and Tony are, and especially now Tony. They know the talent that Tony has, and it's going to be a tall task for either of those guys going up against him.
Well, Jeff has gotten over midfield. And there's Kamara down to the 33-yard line. Allen, 2nd and 5. On the left side, a little wheel route on the backside. That's Bo Jackson to the 22-yard line. So 3 straight completions for Turbojeff. You might not think that's a lot, but the offense has gotten moving.
It has. This drive coming out of halftime, throws another one right there to Bo Jackson to the 5. Going to go with some tempo. I'd expect him to hike this quickly, probably an inside zone.
Kamara down to the 1-yard line. Minute 22 and counting. Well, that next matchup's going to be fun, TD. We know how good Pavin is. 4-time Raiders Club champion, but Elite is an absolute goon. And talking with people, you know, coming into this weekend, coming into this tournament, Elite's one of those guys that I think a lot of people, as Jeff finds the end zone for the first time today, breaks up the shutout. Elite's one of those guys I think a lot of people don't want to face because he's a veteran. He knows how to play. He knows how to stay within himself, and because of that, he's not an easy out in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great matchup coming up next. You know, both those guys prolific passers. They both love the gun bunch. I think everyone's picking Pavin to win that, and it's not fair because Elite is so good, like you said. He's a guy you can't overlook. And when talking to Pavin last night, he even said Elite is a guy you can't overlook. He knows how talented he is. Both those guys have a lot of respect for each other, and Elite definitely has a chance in that ball game. I just think everyone thinks Pavin is the big favorite, and rightfully so.
Yeah, he's sort of earned that. He's been pretty good. 28-7 now. Tony back on offense. Rich Gannon. Number 12. Marcel Reese on his left hip. Gannon will throw it downfield. Almost hooked up with Alvin Kamara. He was open on the sidelines.
And Tony's just coming out here still slinging this thing. He's not even going to run the ball. He's not even going to use the clock. He wants more points. He's out to make a statement. I mean, but if you're Tony,
I feel like that statement is heard loud and clear. I think we're hearing him.
He needs to just be running the ball though. Like he's going to sling it again here.
Got Kamara, a little possession catch to the 26. 3rd and 3. All right, so is it fair to say, and again, it's only one game, but is it fair to say that Tony, with this statement, with this performance, this is somebody that, man, has a real shot to get to that belt coming up in just a couple weeks' time?
Without a doubt. He's got all the talent in the world. For Tony, it's just that experience factor. You know, he's really come onto the scene these last 2 years as he throws a really risky pass right there. That could have been the break that Jeff needed to make this a little interesting. But yeah, Tony has all the talent in the world, and he really broke out last year. He had a great run in the Classic. Obviously 9th place in this tournament last year, the club championship. So I just think for him, it's that experience. He hasn't been in too many big games. He's been in a few now. Starting to build that resume because, yeah, but he has all the talent in the world, no doubt.
Kamara takes the carry. That'll take us to the 4th quarter. 4's up in the chat. Still a 3-score ball game. All young Tony in this one. Don't forget, we're only halfway done with the day. Coming up next, we got Pavin taking on Madden Elite. Then we'll have that AFC East final. Noah taking on Ice. And then what looks like the young Tony taking on the winner of our next game between Pavin and Elite. And TD, we get to do it all again tomorrow, starting once again at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh, man. 2 days with the final 32. 6 games on both days. And this is going to be, these next few weeks are going to be amazing.
Gannon breaks the first tackle. Can't break the second. It was LT in there initially making the play. 3rd and 25. Yeah, this is not the line up, run the ball, and run the clock offense. Tony still looking to put points on the board.
Yeah, and you talked about it a minute ago. What could hold Tony back from potential belt win? Is this? He gets up, but he doesn't know how to run the ball. He just loves to air it out. He doesn't want to kill the clock. He doesn't want to chew the clock. Could that be one flaw we see? I know we're nitpicking now as, what do I know, he breaks off a big
there goes
so.
Alvin Kamara for a first down. Hey, Tyler, stay in the booth.
Yeah, Tony just said, Tyler, shut your mouth up there.
Oh, Alvin Kamara. All right, I might believe you as the best receiving back. Sorry, Panthers fans. Tennessee Vol. You want to hear something great? Do you know what Alvin Kamara? I did absolutely just Google this, and it might be my favorite thing I've ever read. Do you want to know what Alvin Kamara's agent's name is?
What?
Demarius Bilbo. That's a powerful name.
What?
Demarius Bilbo. That man can make some deals.
Demarius Bilbo. Interesting. Very interesting.
What other fun facts do you want to hear, bud? What else you got? Of course, Kamara, he had that huge game at the end of the season. 6 touchdowns in a game. What was it, Thursday Night Football? I mean, what an unbelievable performance.
Yeah, that was insane. And it's crazy, too. Alvin Kamara was a second, third-round pick. Like, pretty good steal. And, you know, I'm one of those guys that, yeah, and I'm not a guy that wants to pay up for running backs, you know. But, I mean, Alvin Kamara is a different breed. He can do it all. He's so versatile. Yeah, so the fact that he wasn't a first-round pick, he was basically a steal. It's turned out great.
As a fan of a team who has Nick Chubb as their running back, pay up for running backs. It's fine. Nick, don't go anywhere. 2nd and 9. Back to Bo Jackson. Under 3 minutes to go.
Well, when you got Baker as your quarterback, you know, I think having Nick Chubb back there definitely nice little security blanket, to say the least.
Yeah. When you have Baker back there, I repeat, Nick Chubb, please don't go anywhere. Give us that two-headed monster. 3rd and 7. Jackson to the 26-yard line, and Tony will kick his 3 here. Shout out, by the way, once again inside Pizza Hut Stadium. It is, I will say, listen, and I am just a humble commentator here, but I will say it is really cool having inside the game of Madden one place where everybody plays these high-pressure games inside the club championships, because it just makes the stage feel a little bigger.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest additions they've brought in the last few years. It like you said, it makes it feel bigger. Like, it makes the stage bigger. You know, it's like it's like the Super Bowl almost. We're in that stadium, everyone's locked in, competing, and that's what we're here for. This is a competition. That's what, you know, when we watch the real NFL, everyone's there to win. We're there to compete and watch these guys compete, and that's exactly what we're doing. Competitive Madden at the highest level.
Well, I've been told, Tyler, that we have a pretty good user. I think one great user on the line. I've been told to bring him in. He's got, user. User, are you okay? You got the life jacket on. You look a little sad. Do you need a hug? What's going on?
I was wrong. I was not expecting this type of flood. This is, you know, listen. These are the type of floods this is why people don't respect them. This is the type of floods, this is why I don't know, Nick. I'm sick of it.
User, let me just tell you this. You know, I know you're feeling a little down right now, but through adversity we grow, and I feel like this might be the moment that blooms you to be one of the great pickers here in the game of Madden. This is what you can build your career on. You got this.
Is there any more? That's it?
I'm just trying to talk long enough so that Tyler doesn't hop in. I know TD wants to bring in some slander. He's been talking mad trash. I know you've heard it, but I've been trying to keep him off it. But, man, he's just ruthless.
Oh, man, this is a tough game, man. Tony just looked phenomenal from the jump, to be honest. He just really looked phenomenal from the jump. He had Turbojeff's answer, and, you know, what can I say? I got to put on the life jacket. I didn't think I was going to put on the life jacket in the final 32, and the question was, I kind of feel like what T said. Has he been playing the game? You know, him to come out there, get bombed the first play, you know, out of that Detroit playbook. Everyone knows that's the cover 3 beater. We knows that's coming. And then, you know, to really let double A gap lock him down and trip tight end, I don't know. He might have got kicked out the 818 club. I just don't know. I'm not sure.
Tyler, I'm proud of you. You're not piling on. I'm proud of you. You're being very nice to User. He looks sad over there. A true gentleman in the best fun and broadcast. It's gonna be offline, isn't it? You're texting him now, aren't you?
Why are you
like
trying to put this
screenshotting?
beef? Why are you trying to make this beef between me and User? We go way back. That's my guy.
Listen, I need the heat off me, because if it's not off me, I'm going to get made into a turkey again, and it's going to be all sad for Nick. So I got to create something.
Nick, you always feel like you're left out. We love you, man. You're the voice of competitive Madden. You're the guy. We all love you. Don't feel like you're left out.
You're not my mom. Please stop trying to make me feel like that. Hilton.
I'm trying to bring everyone together over here.
Coming up next.
Is this game over yet? Is this game over yet?
Tyler, no, it's not. 31-7 dominance from young Tony. We got Pavin and Elite coming up next, and that's going to be a treat, TD, because watching Pavin move the ball offensively, I mean, he is one of the great young stars of the game, somebody who already has a belt in this tournament.
Yeah, and it's a big game for Pavin. Look, you know, when you don't have that belt, when you don't have that championship money, lifestyles change. You know what I mean? And Pavin, he got that belt in this tournament 2 years ago. That really, he even talked about it. That really set him apart. It built his brand. It built his name. And he's looking to do it again. Then you got Elite. You know, we talked about Jeff being overlooked, but Elite is really overlooked as well. No one's picking him to win that game. It's a big-time matchup. But the thing is, whoever wins that game, they got to go up against this juggernaut, young Tony, and that's someone they don't want to see.
Tony as even-keeled as ever. He will make his way. He'll pick up, by the way, another $7,500. He'll earn $15,000 here in this tournament. That's got to feel good, right, TD?
Oh, no doubt about it. Anytime you can make a nice chunk of change like that, playing John Madden football feels great. And young Tony, just domination from start to finish, and he's going on to the final 16.